know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. Number one betting brand. Bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game.
Oh yeah!
Zambia's number one betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at bolabet.co.zm or visit any of our branches countrywide. We know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. Number one betting brand. Bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game.
Oh yeah!
Zambia's number one betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at bolabet.co.zm or visit any of our branches countrywide. We know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. Number one betting brand. Bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game.
Oh yeah!
Zambia's number one betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at bolabet.co.zm or visit any of our branches countrywide. We know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. Number one betting brand. Bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game.
Oh yeah!
Zambia's number one betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Bolabet Chat Show right here at Lusaka Music Radio. This is your host Alif Kalipinde, aka DJ Alkal, and I am with my good friend Pacharello Chama. Punch, how you doing?
I'm fine. You good?
I'm all right. I'm terrific. It's good to see you. And of course, we have a guest today. I would like to introduce our guest. That's Paricha Chikoye. Paricha, how you doing? Welcome to the studio.
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And of course, our listeners, today I would like to announce that we'll be able to take your calls on 0977 977 860. The phone number will be appearing on your screen when you'd like to participate. You can send us your comments, send us your contributions, or even if you have any questions for myself, Punch, and our guest today, feel free to call us on the number that will appear on the screen. So remember, this is the Bolabet Chat Show, and we have a lot of topics to cover today on the show. We're going to first of all start talking about some of the football transfers on the local scene, and that's why we have our special guest here, Mr. Chikoye, to give us the complete lowdown, the 411, right? Punch? So that at least people out there who have got any, anxieties or curiosities about what is happening on the transfer market, he's going to give us at least a few pointers about that one. So remember, after he has spoken, and of course after Punch has also given his views, you can also call us live today for the first time on the show. So to all our streamers, I'd like to say thank you so much to everybody who's already commenting. Remember, at the end of the show as well, we're going to give away one of these today for the first time. We're going to give away one Bolabet football, because some of the people were requesting that, when are we going to get some of those footballs? So we're going to make sure that they get that. And also, we'll give away a T-shirt. We've got a T-shirt as well for our guests. Which one would you like? Would you like yellow or black one? Our guest.
Black.
Okay, this is your T-shirt.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you
This
so
is compliments of Bolabet.
Thank you.
And we've got a T-shirt here to give away to one lucky caller. And of course, this one will be given away by our guests at the end of the show from his two questions. So he's going to give away 100 kwacha free bet, as well as a free Bolabet T-shirt. Yeah. And of course, I'd like to say congratulations to, was it Gabriel Mbewe, who came through and got his T-shirt over the week. And we still have one more T-shirt. I think Otis still hasn't come to collect, but we're getting down to the logistics to make sure that he collects his T-shirt. We're still keeping it for him right here at Lusaka Music Radio. So, like I was saying, at the end of the show, we're going to give away 200 kwacha free bets each today. We've upped the game from 50 kwacha each to 100 kwacha each. I'll give away 2 questions, so 2 winners. And Mr. Chikoye also give away 2 prizes, like I said, 1 T-shirt and 200 kwacha bets.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
And what we'll do, we'll throw in a bonus too.
Yes.
One bonus that you said 4 questions. So
Yes.
we'll throw in one last bonus question and
The winner will win a football.
a football.
So we've got a football for the bonus question, actually. It's right here. Brand new football, already wrapped up, that we're going to give away, of course. Compliments of our guests and Bolabet. And Punch will also give away 200 kwacha free bets. So now the condition has changed. We cannot give the same people multiple prizes anymore because people are complaining that we need to spread the love, you know. So we're going to only give away strictly 1 prize to 1 winner every week. So when you win one, that's it. You have to give a chance to everyone so that at least everyone gets a chance to win something. Okay, so that's how it's going to be from this point on. So remember to register with Bolabet. It's very easy. Just go to the Bolabet website. That's www.bolabet.co.zm. Click on the register icon. You can't miss it. It's right on the top right of the screen. And when you click on it, it will give you the directions on how you can actually register step by step. You have to be 18 years and above, however. Okay, so remember, you have to be 18 years and above. And then you can take advantage of all the fantastic options that Bolabet has to offer compared to all these other stores. For example, with Bolabet, there's up to 1,000 different types of betting. Imagine, 1,000 types. Like, you don't get that with a lot of other platforms. But with Bolabet, the options are so many, and that's why so many people keep winning every weekend. I have one of these catalogs which you can actually get from the store, from the Bolabet stores. It's only 10 kwacha for this one. It's got a couple of them when you open it. It's got a couple of different types of betting types and odds, but you can get more when you go online onto the website. This one will give you all the games that you can manage. But in the booklet, inside, you'll be able to see who has been winning in the last round. And of course, some of the biggest winners we had was a 10 kwacha stake, got 10,389 kwacha. Imagine, just from 17 games, from a 10 kwacha, got all of them spot on. And some of them are GGs, direct wins, and double chances as well. There's a payout also. There was a payout here of 11,000 from a 10 kwacha bet from just 8 matches and got all of them spot on. But remember with Bolabet, there's also the option of cashback. With cashback, if you've lost just one game out of your multi-bet ticket, you can still win a lot of money from that. Imagine, so never throw away your ticket if you've just lost one game. Check if the odds are above 25, and it has to be a multi-bet ticket, and you have to have lost at least just one game. Those are the 3 conditions that have to apply, and you can still win interest on your losing ticket. So check out all the other options that we have on the website. All right, so I think I've taken up too much time with my introduction. Maybe we can go straight into the discussion. We'll be opening the phone lines very, very shortly when we do put on our headsets. And of course, we will see what we can get from you, our viewers, this evening. We'd really love your contribution. We value them, and it will make the show more interesting if we can hear your voices as well on the show today. So let's start. Pancherolo, perhaps I can throw the ball to your court this time.
Currently right now in terms of the Zambian league, there are a lot of interesting things happening, and obviously Paricha here he's the expert in terms of transfers Some of his players were playing CAF Champions League, and there's a huge question, which a lot of people are asking. Why are there no Zambian clubs in the CAF Champions League? So I don't know. You're better placed to explain the dynamic of what are Simba doing right. How did they beat Al Ahly? The type of squad. Yeah.
Okay. Basically to say it, if you look at it right now, who are the two clubs who are representing Zambia in the Confed? NAPSA and Nkana, right? If you look at the current log, it doesn't look like NAPSA or Nkana have a chance for even qualifying for. It's
Next
too early to say.
Mhm.
It's too early to say. But just looking at how things are going, and it's become in the last 3-4 years, it seems to have been a trend. If a club plays Champions League this year, next year they fall out. Like the way Nkana play, then the following year they don't play. Zanaco play, the following year they don't play. You know, that whole kind of thing. So I think the issue is about the continuation, the planning. You know, a football club is supposed to sit and plan 4 or 5 years ahead. You can't wake up today and say, I want to win the Champions League in one season, you know. When a player falls out, when a player's contract is expiring, 1 year down the line, you need to know whose replacement is coming in, so there needs to be continuation, because I've seen what has happened in Zambia, like with Nkana currently. You find a lot of players have left. A lot of players have left the club. So there's no continuation, and a lot of new players have to come in, and all of that kind of situation. So that's what's happening with a lot of Zambian clubs. It's just about planning not for the season, but planning for 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons ahead. Yes. You asked about what the likes Simba are doing right, which Zambian clubs aren't doing right. It's the planning. It's the simple planning. In 2017, the chairman, Mr. Mohamed Dewji, had a plan to win the Champions League. He began acquiring players. I took Cletus Chama to Simba in 2018. In 2019, I took Bernard Morrison, the Ghanaian international. In 2020, last year, me and my colleague Nawa's the agent for Rally Walia, and Chris Mugalu is my player too. So he has a continuation step where he knows this year I'm trying to achieve the semi-final or to make it to the final. And when that happens next year, I can push to actually win the competition. So it's step by step, good planning, adequate management of resources. Yes.
Okay. Who do you think has done the best business so far in this transfer window? Personally, before you give me your opinion, I think Nkana have really done well, because some of the players that they've brought in to replace is it Chimbombo?
Mbombo.
Yeah, Mbombo. Have really stepped up the game, and I think if they've just returned now, isn't it?
Yes.
And of course they have a lot of games in hand in the MTN Fast Super League, but I think if they manage to win all those games in hand, they'll actually find themselves top of the table.
Top of the table, yes, that's true.
And of course it's credit to some of the new players they brought in.
Some of the new players. Nkana are doing very well, although to say they've still failed to find a striker of the caliber of the strikers they've had in the last 10 years. You know, the
Bombos.
Water Walias, the Idris Mbombos, the Ronald Sate Kampambas and the like. But the club that I can say has done the best bit of transfer this year in the Zambian Super Division is Zanaco Football Club.
Okay.
Because they've brought in a lot of new players, Baba Basile, the youngster, is it Siankombo, the one who's always scoring right now. They've brought in left back from Nkwazi. They've brought in a lot of quality players, and it's showing where they're standing on the log right now. I think they're on top with is it a game in hand?
They've gone back on top
they're
of
on
Zesco.
top with a game in hand. So I think Chris Kaunda has really done a fantastic job with his transfer. I mean, all the clubs have brought in players, but we're talking about the most effective club in terms of their transfers would be Zanaco, and I'll put Nkana at number 2.
Do you agree? Do you agree, Punch?
Yeah, I think Zanaco, I think the players they brought in, I think Baba Basile was the topmost player. He was the top scorer last season until he stopped, until Zanaco got him. Then obviously Chamanga overtook him because he didn't play the rest of the season. Then there was also Abraham Siankova, a player who no one knew, hardly anyone knew, coming from the lower leagues. And the guy is performing, and they also brought, just recently signed a Rwandese international midfielder who was playing for Rounds, but he's got continental experience. So you sort of get a feel that this Zanaco team have done well, but they are unlike Lusaka Dynamos, who will go out and get some of the best players in Zambia, some of the best players in Botswana. I think Zanaco are more calculated in terms of, I think maybe they may be restricted, not as restricted than Lusaka Dynamos, who Lusaka Dynamos say, oh, we bought this player. So Zanaco have to be more clever.
Yes. That's very true, actually, that you mentioned that they'll be up there to Lusaka Dynamos in terms of the signings that they have brought in. Emmanuel Chabula, the striker, the midfielder, Otieno, and it's also the blending of youth. They have Chipioka Songa, an under-17 international, who when the likes of Colin Sikombe, Emmanuel Chabula on international duty, they stepped up to the plate. 16-year-old boys, also Derek Bulaya. Yes, I manage him with my partner Derek Bulaya and Chipioka Songa. So they've also done a fantastic bit of transfers, getting the best free transfers, the best under-17 and under-20 players, the top cream in the league like Colin Sikombe, and so they've also done a fantastic job in recruitment for this season, because we've seen Lusaka Dynamos in the last 2-3 years where they've recruited players who they haven't really used, who haven't featured, but this last window it's been spot on.
There's something that me and Alif were discussing. I think a couple of weeks back with Bazan, you remember, discussing that about Liverpool, how much, they've got a budget for transfers, how much they'll put up, and it may not be as much as, and even Bayern, their transfer budget may not be as much as, say, a Barcelona, but still, Bayern and Liverpool over the last 2 seasons, they've been the one to win the UEFA Champions League. Now, in relation to African football, the details in terms of financial details. Like we don't really know how much money can you spend to effectively say that we are going to get into the group stage, like numbers, like the bare minimum whereby you say that this is how much we can invest in our squad.
Are we talking about transfer fee to invest for the season, or we're talking about salary and money, everything?
Just let's say transfer fee. To invest in a season with good players who are going to get into the CAF.
A general picture of players just to get into the group stages of the CAF Champions League, a team will have to invest maybe $1 million dollars in transfers. Okay, because if we look at our friends in North Africa, the biggest clubs in Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, they're investing on average 7, 8, 9 million every season to acquire players. Then we have East Africa, Simba Football Club. They invest in $1 million plus a season to acquire players for the season. And South Africa, also the biggest clubs, it's $3-4 million they can invest in a season to acquire top players, So those are the figures. Sudan also, they'll invest a lot of money, $1 million plus. So those are the figures that you're looking at.
20 million quads.
Yes. And these are the teams that I'm saying would definitely make it into the group stages, and also try progress beyond the group stages. Yes.
Okay, so remember, you can actually participate on the show. It's not just all about us talking today. We'd like to hear from you. Our phone number is going to pop up on the screen. You can call it as we're discussing if you'd like to contribute, if you have a comment, or if you have a question that you'd like to pose to us today. Please feel free to call us on 0977 977 860. The number again is 0977 977 860. Write it down somewhere. Keep it on your speed dial on your phone. Would love it if you did that. And remember to hit the like button on the Bolabet Sports Betting Zambia Facebook page where we're streaming live right now. And make sure you share and, of course, like the page. And we appreciate all the hearts that we're getting from you. Got a few comments that have already started coming in. Big up to Siwale, AJ, Sarah says, hi, ballers, bring it on. Also, big up to Moreno Mason, who says, I want to win a soccer ball. How would I qualify for it? It's very, very easy. All you have to do is just answer the questions that we're going to ask at the end of the program. We're going to ask some questions, easy questions for sure. So you have to pay attention to what we're talking about because the questions are going to come from our discussion. And they're definitely very relatable. So if you answer a correct question, you will be able to win that soccer ball. We're also giving away this t-shirt today, as well as 600 kwacha bets to 6 lucky viewers tonight. That's 100 kwacha free bets straight into your Bolabet account. So the only catch is you have to have a Bolabet account. You have to register with Bolabet because the money will go straight into your account for you to use to play some of the fixtures that we'll be talking about. There's Europa action tonight, so we'll be looking at some of those fixtures and we'll make our predictions also on some of those fixtures. So remember, call now. The number is 0977 977 860. 0977 977 860. We'd like to see how it works. Once the callers come, we'll put on our headsets so that we can actually hear them and they can hear us. Okay, so big up to CK Steven, says Chingola is watching. David Garcia says, evening watching you live from Evelyn Horn College. Collins Chisenga says, hello, how are you? How are you all? We're all fine, thank you so much. And as you can see, we're all masked up and social distancing as much as we possibly can. Kingsley English Machaka says, I'm watching from Makeni. How's Makeni this evening? Today it was a weird day because it actually rained with the sun shining brightly and unexpectedly caught a lot of people off guard. So yeah, keep those comments coming in and also try our phone line today. It's 0977 977 860. Would love to hear from you. Okay, so should we go to our next topic?
Yeah, the CAF competition.
Yeah.
CAF competition.
So Nkana and Zesco have qualified for the CAF Confederations Cup group stage. What's your opinion? Let's start with our guest.
It's a very tough group for NAPSA. I think they've been pitched against a Moroccan team.
Yeah.
And Algeria?
RS Berkane, the defending champions
of the CAF. And yes, but you see, it's possible for them. We saw RS Berkane came to Zambia last year. Was it last year? Last season.
Yeah.
They played Zanaco Football Club. And I think Zanaco got a...
I think they drew both legs.
No, it was a loss in Zambia and I think a win or a draw in...
No, they drew. They drew in Morocco.
In Morocco.
That's how they qualified.
Okay, yeah. So it's a beatable team, you know. Zanaco played. I remember that day at Zanaco played some very good football. So it's all about concentration, not making mistakes, adequate planning. If you saw how Simba managed to overcome Al Ali, every single player was doing exactly what he had to do from the minute the whistle blew to the minute the whistle blew after 90 minutes, you know. So Mohamed Fati, the coach of NAPSA, he has a challenge on his hands, but I think they can fight to come out second best in the group.
Sorry, I'm just going to ask you to hold your thought. We've got a call on the line, so please put on your headsets. Okay, so engage. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Can you get us loud and clear?
How are you?
What's your name, sir, and where are you calling from?
Okay, Joseph calling from Kasano.
Joseph.
Yes.
Joseph, please go ahead with your contribution, question or comment.
Okay. Okay, my contribution goes like this. I don't know if it's a contribution or a request. Because here in Northern in Pakistan don't have any outlet of Bolabet. And it's not each and every person who was that access of internet banking. So if that's how we can come up with an outlet, would be glad. Because most of the people here, it's not all of them who know how to use this internet banking and internet access. So at least if they can bring up with an outlet or anything else near, would be glad.
Is that all, Joseph?
Hello?
Is that all? Is that
Hello?
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate you. You're our first caller on the show. So be sure to come through and pick up. There's a calendar here for you if you'd like. Yeah, we appreciate you calling. So that's the number 0977 977 860. Punch, did you get what he said?
Yeah, he said that he would want an outlet opened in Kasama. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I placed my best today, fingers crossed, because I always lose. Like Bozan is not here.
Yeah, Bozan is not here. Bozan is always
he's always winning. I always like I've won, I think, once.
Okay. Please feel free to call us as well on 0977 977 860. That was our first caller, and yeah, it's fantastic to know that at least we are on point with our technology. We're just testing it right now, and it works just perfectly. We can hear him, he can hear us, and we are hoping that you two, our viewers, can also hear the callers as well. So feel free to call us and contribute, ask us a question, and just take part on the program. It just makes the show give it a whole new different vibes. So 0977 977 860. So we were talking about how Nkana and Zesco are going to fare. What about Zesco? You've spoken about
NAPSA.
Yeah, NAPSA.
Yeah, so I've spoken about
NAPSA.
About NAPSA, yes.
Yeah,
so
Nkana?
Nkana Football Club also have a very tough challenge. I was just looking at their group, Pyramids, giant, and we could see Zanaco. I think when they played Zanaco here, Zanaco managed to hold them.
No, they lost.
They lost 1-0.
It was more than 1-0.
No, they lost. They were slaughtered, I think, in
Zanaco
Egypt.
went and won there.
In Egypt, 1-0, and when they came over here, it was
3-0.
It was 3-0 something, yes. But it's doable also. But Raja Casablanca also is a massive team.
Tough.
And again, Coach Kaindo has to get everything spot on. There cannot be mistakes everything has to be, and you see that's the thing which Zambians don't understand, Moroccan teams when they travel, Simba, South African teams when they travel, they try and minimize connection time, traveling time, hire planes to ensure the player 8 hours maximum on a plane. They're well rested, all of those kind of things. So it also has to do with player management, how much rest the players had, how much so everything has to be spot on from the Zambian clubs if we have to get any kind of result in any of the games. It can't just be about the players on the field, it's about also mentally how they're prepared and all the arrangements. So management of all the teams in Ghana, Napsa Stars Football Club also have a very, very big challenge in order to make sure logistics are set properly for all of those games. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at some of the comments that are still coming in, Max Joseph, the one who actually just called us, also posted that we need an outlet in Kasama. Eric Cubs says is watching. Tony Ngeli says Bolabet. Rafael Miti says Nipase ko Bola. Tony Ngeli says watching live from Kitwe. Friday we've got Muzombewe says enjoying the show. How much do Zambian clubs spend in the transfer windows? I know you had touched a bit on that one when you said that they have to at least spend at least $1 million.
Oh, that's if they want to compete for CAF.
Yeah, but
if
I think
they want to. What
his question is how much do they regularly spend?
Regularly spend? So I don't know. Are they just to rank it, maybe am I supposed to rank it? If we talk about the top spenders currently as of this season in Zambia football, it will be Lusaka Dynamo's Football Club. How much they've spent maybe in acquiring players just for this season. I'm not talking about the last 4, 5, 6 years, but just for this season. Off the top of my head, I could comfortably say 10 million or above 10 million, around plus minus 10 million kwacha,
which is like
half a million, maybe half a million. So they're almost US dollars.
Getting into the
yes, but it's steps, you know. The management and sponsors of Lusaka Dynamos have put steps in order, you know. They've said, look, this year we're challenging for the league, so this is how much we're putting for us to challenge for the league. If Lusaka Dynamos qualify, depending whether it's Confed or CAF, I'm sure the sponsors will come and say, okay, we need to put 1 million or 1.5 into our squad right now for us to be able. So it's steps. I think it's a club. Any of the top clubs in Zambia, Zanaco, Lusaka Dynamos, Burkon, Power Dynamos, easily they could spend $750,000 in transfers if they wanted to. That I'm saying easily if they wanted to.
But do you think that here's the challenge? Only Lusaka Dynamos, when and I'm not trying to be biased, but you know, when we look at CAF squads, or when we look at our squads, and some people will say that, you know, sometimes when we talk about these transfers, like there's a biasness towards maybe Lusaka Dynamos because they're buying foreign players who some of them are good, but the honest truth is that a lot of our clubs, aside from, in my personal opinion, aside from Zanaco, Lusaka Dynamos, maybe Buildcon, but not as maybe a couple of years back, Nkana, and maybe Zesco United, these 5 clubs, and Napsa Stars, 6. All the other clubs, Forest Rangers are trying, they're pushing, they may not have the budget, but you can see that they're pushing, they're bringing in good players from Tanzania, they'll bring in a Ugandan. However, the other clubs don't seem to be getting those players who can really push them. Maybe it's a budget, especially let's say Power Dynamos. Power Dynamos have the resources, but they don't spend anything close. They're not bringing in the quality. In fact, they're losing players.
But you see, Punch, it's about if you give a baby a Ferrari to drive, you won't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? It's the same as Zambia. If you have people who don't know what they're doing, you could give someone who understands football a transfer budget of $100,000, 2 million kwacha, and he can make a monster of a team, you know. And you could give someone who doesn't understand really how to source players, because also the second thing in Zambia, what type of scouting network has Lusaka Dynamos put in place? Okay, we've seen a lot. There've been an influx of foreign players through all the teams, and some of them are not good. Some of them so it's all about the systems. What systems are chairmen using to scout? What systems are coaches using to scout? You know, you can get a really good player for nothing, absolutely nothing. A good player from the Congolese league, his contract could be expiring, and he wants a better opportunity in Zambia. What stops Kabwe Warriors from approaching him and saying, look, 6 months before his contract or 1 year, and saying, it's the planning I was talking about, where you target and you say this one, this one, this one, this one, and you work it all out, you know.
I know because Bozan, and I get excited over transfers. Do clubs actually approach you, like to say that, look, Paricha, let's sit down and can you help us? You're a football agent. You've got all these. You've got networks. You've got connections. Can you help us identify players, whether locally or internationally? Like how many clubs? You may not name them, but how many clubs actually call you to say that let's sit down?
In Zambia?
In Zambia,
2 clubs.
Yes.
2 clubs in Zambia.
Okay. You can name them. Or
but also that's also because my focus has also been trying to take as many Zambian out of the country. I haven't been really too focused in bringing players in, but there are clubs who come and say, look, we're looking for this position, can you recommend this to us, recommend that to us? But all of the clubs, by the end of the season, when they know what they want, they come back and say, we need this, we need this, we need that. And agents work in Zambia. There are a handful of really good agents. They work hand in hand with clubs. By the way, just for people who didn't know, it's actually illegal under the FIFA statutes and regulations for a club to talk to a player who's under contract with another club, you know.
Yeah.
So even if someone has 6 months left, Zanaco can't just go and approach him. They need to get permission from his parents' club, you know.
Yes.
But it's okay for the club to talk to his agent, you know, and try and set all those things in place. So, yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if I've.
Okay, we've got a couple of comments. I remember you can still call us live on 0977 977 860. That's 0977 977 860. The phone number will scroll on the screen, so take it down and then call us for your contribution, comment, or questions on our discussion today. And we have Parisha Chikoya, who's here to talk about transfers and, of course, other sporting topics that we've scheduled for today's show. So Friday, Makondo Hangoma says, hello, Bolabet Sports Betting Zambia. Just want to know if there is the market over 0.5. I'm not sure if I actually understand what that question is. Says, is there the market over 0.5? Okay, I think maybe he didn't really write that question properly. Okay, so just rephrase that one, Friday. I'm not really sure I get the gist. We had Winford Kashia the other time as our guest on the show, and he's posted on the stream as well. He says, good show, team, and great articulation from Parisha Chikoye.
Thank you for that. Yeah, Winford is also agent or intermediary.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very good at what he
did a very good job when he came on the show the other week. Muzombere says, enjoying the show. How much do Zambian clubs spend in the transfer windows? I think you answered that one. Eric Cap says, we love you guys. We love you too, Eric. Thank you so much for that. Tony Ngeli says, I'm enjoying the show. Big ups to Parisha Chikoye, the super agent, Zambia's George Mendes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's a serious one. Collins Chisenga says is following. Tony Ngeli says, Pancharela Chama, I see you. And of course, just keep those comments coming in. Raphael says, why is it difficult for Zambian clubs to sign foreign players that are doing well from their countries? Kindly briefly talk about the FAS Super League table standings and the teams likely to finish in the top 4. That's from Raphael Miti. Okay, so why is it difficult for Zambian clubs to sign foreign players that are doing well from their own countries?
My personal view, I think we do. Motusi Kupa, best player in the Botswana League. We've signed, I think, Buildcon over the last 2 seasons. Signed John Godso. He was the player of the year in the Zimbabwean League. The other year, they signed another player of the year in the Zimbabwean League. Jesse Were was the top scorer. John Mark Makwata, top scorer in the Kenyan League. I think they've been 3 top scorers in the Kenyan League who moved to Zambia, if not 4. So I think that a lot of them are good, but maybe people want, I don't know, and this is where
I don't know. I think he has to rephrase that question. I think what he meant is there are leagues like the Nigerian leagues, the Ghanaian leagues. Why do they cite top players? Because it's simple. Those players go directly to Europe. You know, they'll have offers from Spain, Scandinavia, all these players, and their option is Europe, or they'll get good offers from the Gulf or from North Africa, Egypt, and so on. So I think that's what he meant. Like why there are certain countries, but he's not too specific. Probably there are certain countries which we do not get their best players. How come they opt to go for better options? I think that's the simplest explanation we can. But otherwise, where Zambia league is maybe 7th or 6th in the pecking order of destination for other African players. You know, you have the North Africa top 3, 4, South Africa, then Zambia. then Zambia. So we're actually doing very.
And I had a disagreement with someone. I remember someone saying that the Tanzanian league has got, and I have huge respect for the Tanzanian league. But I'm like, okay, in Tanzania, the best players from, like say, from Nigeria, or from those players who've done well in Nigeria, in Zambia, they'll only go to Simba and Yanga, and maybe Azam.
Yeah.
In Zambia,
they will come everywhere.
Lusaka Dynamos, Buildcon,
the
Kana,
if you want
Zesco,
to talk, if you want to
Zanaco,
talk about commercially what has happened in Zambia, if we remember 2013, 2014, when Isaac Chansa was at Zanaco playing, he was the top highest paid player in Zambia on 10,000 kwacha at that time. There were not a lot of agents, or there was 0 agents actually in Zambia. Maybe Chiti Chitundu, but his focus was taking players out. In about 2015, 2016, when we came on board, we looked at budgets of clubs saying, okay, this club, I have a client, okay? My first client, he was getting 4,000 kwacha, okay, at his football club. This was a player that was starting for the Zambian national team. He had gone through all the channels, under 17, starting for his club Cup Continental. And I looked and I called him and I said, what's going on over here? You're getting 4,000 and you're a player of this caliber and what. So then I started to arrange things out and started talking to clubs and saying, listen, I've signed this player. This is my client. You deal with me. I tell him, you're getting 4,000. I'll get you 15,000 in less than 1 month, you know. Then Lusaka Dynamos and Buildcon, that's when they shot onto the scene and started to sign players, give salaries of upwards of 50, 60,000 kwacha. And so what happens for Zanaco, Nkana, Napsa, all of these other clubs to compete with the teams, this new trend, they had to push up the salary scale, you know. So that now attracted, commercially, the Zambian league was very, very good, because you find a low table team that's managing to pay the salary of a top team in Nigeria, you know. So that's what had attracted a lot of foreigners to come into Zambia and all of those things, you know. So just speaking about, I think, where it all came from, how it all started, and all of these things. Yeah.
Okay, so got a couple more comments that are still coming in. Thank you so much, guys. Those of you who are streaming, remember to hit the like button and share. Gabriel Mbewe says Nkana and Napsa need serious reinforcements in order to compete in the group stages. Gabriel Mbewe is one of the winners for the t-shirt and 100 kwacha free bet that he won last week and collected very handsomely. Kingsley Shalom says, so there is more money in Zambian football than Congo? I think that's
yes, there's more money in Zambian football than Congo. In Zambia, the league generates, if we're talking about, if we add up the salary scale of how much the players get, every single club adds up their wage bill for the year and everything. We would destroy Congo, we would even destroy Tanzania, even with the 2 heavyweights, Yanga and Simba Football Club. Commercially, totally in Zambia, I'm telling you, I think it's more Egypt, South Africa, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Sudan is one of the, Sudan and Zambia, it's between both of us. All these guys, Botswana, Kenya, Congo, they really can't compete with the commercial value of the Zambian Super League.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Leonard M. Mbuyu says, hello guys, I'm enjoying the show. My question is, why is it that in Zambia we don't disclose signing fees? This is something that Pancharello has been really passionate about as well. He's been complaining about this for years now. We just hear this player has gone to this club without knowing how much money was involved. What's your take on that? Why don't they disclose? Like, you know, when you're watching the European transfers, they show figures.
It's a law.
Is it a law here?
It's not a law in Zambia. I don't think it's actually confidential. You know, there are those confidentiality clauses in Zambia. I know in America, for example, in the MLS, every single player's salary has to be. It's actually not really a law by the country, but it's something the association has put in place. I think also with England for transparency's sake, but those countries have you know, these UEFA money laws put into place, limits, all of those kind of things that they can't go beyond. That's why club have to disclose what the players are getting. But I mean, it's like any other job. I don't think an accountant or a lawyer should have to come out and say, oh, this one paid me. So football is a job too. I don't think people have to come out and say how much they're getting, how much sign on, what their salary is too, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the number is 0977 977 860. 0977 977 860. Would love to hear your voices. We love the contributions on the stream, and we will be giving away some great prizes towards the end of the show. We still have about 25 or so minutes to towards the end of the show. Tony Ngeli says, who is the highest paid footballer in the Zambian league? I don't know if this is current. I know that overall at one time the highest paid footballer in Zambia was Christopher Katongo. I don't know who is the highest.
Katongo?
Yes, at one time,
Zambian, in the Zambian league?
Not in the Zambian league, but overall in the Zambian.
In the Zambian football player, it's definitely Patson Daka right now who's the highest.
Okay, but in the league,
local league,
yeah.
Name? Or I can just say the club?
I think it's Dave.
That's okay. Let's. I know it will be.
I'll tell you this. The highest player, it's a Kitwe-based club. The player won the Africa Cup of Nations in 2012, and when he was at that Kitwe club, I think he was upwards of, but the dollar. So let me put it in dollar, not kwacha. I think it would have been close, plus 10,000, 10 plus minus 10,000. The second player that I know, $6,000. Kitwe-based clubs, 2-3 players in Kitwe.
And then there's the interesting one of Walter Wale. His case, when it blew up, Faz even reviewed the figures, which shocked people, because he was getting 65,000 kwacha at Nkana when he was, that's $4,500. I don't know.
Yeah, but Walter Wale, why? Now you see, this is where the complication has been. Why did Walter leave? Why did he go back? Why did he this? Walter's salary was $6,000. Okay, and Kana only paying him 4,500 with an agreement of how the 1,500 should be paid. So after a year or a couple of months, money accumulated which they owed to the player, and he actually gave them service, you know. So he went back to claim his money and said, "You've got a transfer fee from me. I'm claiming money that's."
So that was accumulated like 5 months, 1,500. So it went up to maybe 6,000 or 8,000.
8,000, you know, that kind of thing. Yes. So, but the money had accumulated for some time, and some bonuses, balances of sign-on fees that were supposed to be paid a year before that hadn't yet been paid to the
Some
player.
people said that he was ungrateful because Nkana made him, and yet he was pushing for payment. People said he should have just written it off. What's your take? Should he have, or is it business? Is it football?
Did Walter Walia not give a service to Nkana? Did Nkana not qualify for multiple Champions Leagues? Did they not win Barclays Cup? Did they not? So what, was he working for free? It's a job at the end of the day. Qualifying for Champions League, Nkana got money from CAF, did they not? Winning the Zambian, they got money, so why should they? Everyone, CAF accepts their financial obligations to Nkana. FAS accepts their financial obligations to Nkana. Why shouldn't they accept their financial obligation to a player? I don't see that. If he's worked, he never claimed for any money that he did not work for. He claimed for things that were rightly due to him. So how can people say you're ungrateful for so on and so on and so on when he was scoring goals for them, when he was that's the thing, you know. A lot of people in Zambia make it seem like the player needed the club, when actually clubs need players, you know. Clubs need players. The biggest assets for a club are the football players. So that's really all I can comment.
We've got a couple of comments that have come in. Leonard Mbuyu says, my other question is, any information about Emmanuel Mbola joining Kana? And Mahmoud Ali says, which team in Zambia can compete against Simba?
Emmanuel Mbola is not my player. He's managed, I think, by Neil Karin, so I can't comment on the client who's not mine.
Okay.
Which team in Zambia can compete against Simba Lusaka Dynamos Football Club?
Without hesitation, huh?
Yes.
I like that.
Lusaka Dynamos Football Club, if all the players are ticking on a good day. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Simba, all the players are ticking and doing it. It will be a very, very exciting and good matchup. You know.
Okay. Remember, you can call us on 0977-977-860. We love the comments that are coming in, and we like the likes, the hearts that are flying on our screen. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. We love you for that. And keep it going. And remember to hit the like button and to share as well. We have our guest, Parisha Chikoy, here to give us insights on how the transfer market works in Zambia and who is going to which club, and all your questions are being answered by him as well. So give us a call on 0977-977-860. We just have a few minutes remaining, just about 10 minutes remaining. I think we should move on to maybe European football now. Of course, we've been watching Champions League, and tonight we have Europa action. Paricha, who do you think is going to win the Champions League this season so far from what you've seen? The first legs have been played.
The Champions League, I think PSG. I think this is the year.
Why?
You know, the statement they made against Barcelona was a massive statement. So
was it 4-1 or 4-0?
4-1.
4-1. Yeah.
So it was a massive statement, and I think it's just a warning to all the other teams that listen. We mean business this year. I think PSG haven't won it, and they've missed it with a massive investments over the years. So if they can't do it this time, I don't know. I don't see them with all these rumors of Mbappe leaving and Neymar issues, all of these kind of things. I think this is the year.
How far will you see Manchester City go? Because Pep Guardiola has been gunning for this trophy for forever.
With Manchester City, you see, Manchester City right now are very comfortable in the English Premier League, but it's too soon to say they're going to take it, because I think the point difference is 10, which is about 3 games. Any 3 losses, and Liverpool, Manchester United win the rest of their games, they've lost it. So the final, I see Man City, Juventus played Porto.
Yeah.
Juventus played Porto.
Juventus lost to Porto.
Yeah.
Madrid beat Atalanta. City beat Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yes. City will progress very easily, and I'm just trying to see who they're going to play in the next
Chelsea beat Atletico Madrid, and Bayern hammered Lazio 4-1.
Okay.
Yeah, and then of course Liverpool also managed to beat RB Leipzig on neutral ground.
Yes, that one I saw.
Yeah.
So no, but this one I think PSG, whoever they face, whether it's Man City, whether it's Barcelona, whether it's Real Madrid, whether it's Juventus, like right now, they're a force to reckon with. So
okay. 0977-977-860. That's the number to dial if you have any questions as well for us this evening. We only have a few minutes remaining. Let's also look at some of the fixtures that are on tonight. There's Arsenal taking on Benfica. Rangers, who have gone almost an entire season without a single loss so far under Steven Gerrard, have shown prolific effort. I never expected this from Steven Gerrard. I mean, he's like my boy, he's a Liverpool legend and everything. So for him to take Rangers to these heights, I mean, speaks a lot about the guy. Do you think he can do something magical if Jurgen Klopp decides to step down from Liverpool?
Probably, but I think maybe he needs
more time,
a bit more time to get that experience and so on. A huge test for him was, there's this whole saga about 3 or 4 of his players breaching the whole COVID-19. One is a South African international, Bongani Zungu, and so on. So we'll see now how that is really going to affect the team, because a couple of them are key players, and how he's going to manage that, because there's this whole thing, we're sending him back to his club, we're not going to sign you, all those kind of things. But I think he needs He needs half a season more or one more full season to keep on doing what he's doing, and probably try and get himself into a Premier League club.
Patson Daka has been scoring for fun at RB Salzburg, is it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that he can actually break into the Premier League? Because there's been a lot of talk about him in the past two transfer windows now.
Yes, you see, that's the thing, you go online on the Zambian blogs and everything, and you have people say, when is the right time? He should move, he should move. People need to understand that a player is always ready for the next challenge, Even management, when we have a player and we say he's ready, we know he's ready, but Red Bull Salzburg have a philosophy. They have rules that they've set in order. This year they've offloaded too many players. They would not sign a player, I think it's who's older than 21 years old or 23 years old. So for them to find a replacement, they need time. I have a feeling this window he'll transfer. This window he should transfer. I don't see a reason why not. They should be able to find an adequate. They don't go out and splurge big money on players. No, they find players, groom them, and all of those things. So they lost too many players this season. Haaland,
is it Minamino as well?
Minamino and so on. So it's literally finishing the team saying, look, in a winter January transfer window, we let Patson Daka go, and what's going to happen. So I can't blame the player. I can't blame the management. If it's your time, it's your time. He just needs to keep working hard, doing Zambia proud, and I see no reason why he wouldn't do well in the English Premier League.
Rafael Miti has brought us back to say, are we seeing Zesco winning the title this season? Just on that one, some of the results that we had in the MTN 5 Super League. So on Sunday, Buildcon lose again. It's very, very shocking how Buildcon have started slumping when they were top of the
Punch,
table.
when was it? 2-3 seasons ago, where 3 or 4 teams could win it on the last day, where the helicopter had to.
It was Zesco,
I think Zanaco. This is going to be one of the seasons where 6 teams. I have a feeling. On the last week or the last 2 weeks, it would be. There will still be 6 teams that could win the Zambian Super League, and maybe 8 teams that will still be able to qualify for CAF Continental. So this is the most interesting season ever in Zambia. It's just that it's a shame that right now fans can't be allowed into the stadium, but I'm hoping maybe in a couple of weeks that would change. So
did you watch the game between Buildcon and Lusaka Dynamos over the weekend?
This past one,
Lusaka Dynamos.
Yes.
Did you see that disallowed the tackle? I think it was in the 60th minute, where I think Muela was brought down. Did you think that was a penalty or not? Because it was actually declared not a penalty.
No, I think I missed that one.
Yeah.
I think I missed that one.
Okay.
I watched the game, a bit of the beginning of the game, and also towards the end, when just in the 80th minute, when they went and scored also the last...
where the keeper had butter hands and he just literally dropped
the ball,
to the striker's
very
hand.
surprising.
The 91st minute.
Yes.
What about you, Punch? What did you think about that decision by the referee?
I think it was a penalty.
I thought it was a penalty. It was a tackle from behind.
Musa Muhammad pulled Brian Miller, and Brian Miller fell,
when
and
he
was
had
surprised.
Beaten the goalkeeper.
I think the level of refereeing needs to be
revised.
Because it hurts, and someone like the owner of Buildcon who's putting in so much money into football, and then you find that someone makes a decision, and I feel that.
But you see, I think the easiest way to go about all of these things is VAR. But the Zambian league is still not ready, because you need to be able to televise every single game in the league to implement VAR. Because how can you only televise 2-3 games, use VAR? What happens to... So there's a level of unfairness, So I think that's the only solution that will... But in time, in due time, I think it would clear everything.
VAR, I think is the way to go. And
so the final question, before we actually ask our questions now, for you to win your free 600 kwacha free bets into your Bolabet accounts, as well as 1 t-shirt and 1 Bolabet football. Who do you think is going to win the MTN 5 Super League this season?
Who do I think is going to win?
Yeah, so far. On what you're seeing on the table, Zanaco are on top by 1 point. By 1 point, 32 points, whereas Zesco have a game in hand. They have 31 points. And everyone is just behind by a single point so far. Lusaka Dynamos with 30, 29 Prison Leopards, Forest Rangers 28, and 27 for Cabo Warriors. It's very tight.
difficult. It's about consistency. But me, what I know this year, Prison Leopards are going to surprise people. That's all I can
Prison
say.
Leopards.
They've been a
we
shock.
haven't
Like
actually spoken about it.
you know, Prison Leopards is a team that have come into the Premier League, and you would actually never see a team that has been promoted in the first year. It's usually fighting to survive the league. You know, they've come in and they've mesmerized everyone. All coaches of experience, or the coaches who claim to be tactical geniuses, have failed to understand how to break down that team, you know. And people think it's just Prison Leopards at home, but even away, you know, they're shocking people, and their level of consistency is actually impressive, you know. Very impressive.
All right, great. Unfortunately, our time is almost up. This is the time now where we actually have to now give out our questions. All right, so I'm going to ask my first two questions. Give me the results from the MTN Fire Super League from the weekend between, of course, which one am I going to go for? I'm going to go for the one that we talked about earlier, which is the game between Buildcon and Lusaka Dynamos, and give me the name of the goal scorer for that game. So give me the scoreline and the name of the goal scorer. All right, so those are my two questions. Paricha?
Yes, so two questions?
Two questions.
Okay.
You are giving away a t-shirt,
Yes.
and a ball with your question. Yeah.
Football. A question that I would give, well, that's on the Zambian Football League, right?
Yeah.
We can
Or even from what we're discussing about the transfers, maybe you can even ask a question about
let's
maybe
keep this
which
about Zambian football.
Okay, yeah.
Who is the youngest goal scorer in the Zambian Football League for this season? Who's the youngest goal scorer in the Zambian Football League? Yeah, that would be my first.
Okay, and the second question?
And the second question, let's move to Punch.
Punch, while he's thinking about his second question, what are your questions?
Two. My two questions is: can you name the scorer in the match between Nkana Football Club and can you name the scorer in the match between Nkana Football Club and TAS Casablanca? Nkana lost it away 2-1. So Nkana scored a goal. Who was that scorer, and what was his name?
Okay.
And the second question is: Napsa Stars are the first Zambian club on debut to go unbeaten in a number of games. They broke the record. What number of games is that?
Napsa Stars.
We discussed it last week as well. We've been discussing it a lot. They're the first on debut. They broke the record by going so many games unbeaten. They're the first Zambian club to ever achieve that. So how many games was that?
Okay. So you've heard the questions. So my question is, what was the scoreline between Buildcon and Lusaka Dynamo's game of the weekend, and who scored the winning goal in the 90th minute? Give me the name of the goal scorer, as well as the scoreline for that game. It's very, very easy. We spoke about it. And then, of course, Paricha has asked who is the youngest goal scorer this season in the MTN Fire Super League.
Yes.
And what is the second question?
My last question, let me keep it about the Zambian League. Maybe history, go into the history of Zambian football. Okay, so
The questions the answers are coming in hot. Remember, the first person to answer correctly wins the prize. So we'll start scrolling through them and start announcing who the winners are. And today, one answer, one prize, one winner.
Or you can name your topmost transfer from one Zambian club to a foreign club.
if someone can guess.
Yeah. If someone can guess, and
That's a good one. Okay, so
yeah, because we're giving away a T-shirt and the football.
Yeah, if someone can guess my highest Zambian transfer transfer from a Zambian club to a foreign club, and can guess approximation, the closest, the value of.
We can give a clue like the country of the other club.
Okay,
it's a good one.
Country from
so
Zambia.
The closest
so
answer
I must
wins.
give a clue.
Yeah. Like from Zambia, where did he go?
Egypt.
Okay.
Okay,
So if you can give a clue about the name and a clue, the name and approximation of the transfer fee, then you'll win that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so looking at the responses, it's funny that there's so many responses all of a sudden, but I wasn't seeing the comments earlier. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way to the top and see who actually answered first. Wow, there are so many. Okay, I'm seeing Favor Kakompe, the one who writes his name backwards, says Obashi. Is that a correct answer?
That was for Prison Leopards.
No, if it's Lusaka Dynamos, then that answer is wrong.
No.
Alex Iluki says 1-0, which is actually the correct one. So Alex Iluki, congratulations for getting the first 100 kwacha free bet. I don't know. Help me out, Majid, if you were following on the ranking on who got the answers first. Is Alex Iluki the first one to give the scoreline for Lusaka Dynamos and the Buildcon result? So while we're verifying that one, Martin Tino also said 1-0. This one I think was a very easy question that I asked. Yeah, Lusaka Dynamos 1, Buildcon 0. That's J. Abraham Chama. And Simvula also, all of them went for the 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, a lot of them. But who got the 1-0 first? That's what we need to verify. And then Tony Ngeli says Duncan Otieni, Buildcon 0, Lusaka Dynamos 1. So if that one now actually got both questions correct. Okay, so I'm going to think... I'm going to give him, because he answered both my questions correct. My questions were, what was the scoreline and who was goal scorer in the 90th minute? And he got it correct. It was Duncan Otieni, and the Buildcon lost 1-0 to Lusaka Dynamo. So for me, that's my first caller who's won 100 kwacha free bet. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Tony. That's Tony Ngeli. So Tony, make sure to post your phone number on the screen so that we can send you your 100 kwacha free bet straight into your Bolabet account. You have to have an account with Bolabet because the money will go straight into that account. Then Gabriel Mbewe says 16 years. I think this is for the youngest goal scorer in the MTN. Is it 16 years?
Currently
In
this season?
Yes.
No, it can't be 16.
So that answer is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Okay, J. Abrahams Chama, Enoch Sakala Jr. is the youngest goal scorer.
Enoch Sakala Jr.?
No.
Nope, Enoch Sakala is not the correct answer. Sorry about that one. J. Abrahams, Simon Mulenga. Is it Simon Mulenga?
No.
Simon. Oh, yeah, that's the That's the Nkana, yes.
So that's correct?
Yes.
This is the youngest?
Yes.
No. That's the Nkana
the answer
For the
Nkana.
Nkana versus Cass.
Versus,
the,
yes.
the goal scorer.
Goal
yes.
scorer.
So Jay Abrahams beat Gabriel Mbewe. Gabriel also said Simon Mulenga, but Jay Abrahams got that one first. So second winner for 100 kwacha is Jay Abrahams Chama Jr. Jay Abrahams, congratulations. So that's 100 kwacha each. And then the next ones to follow, Favor says Mayuka.
Mayuka.
I don't know whether is that which
Youngest
one
goal
is.
scorer. How is
No.
It can't
I
be, right?
think, no,
Currently.
that was the Napsa Stars one. I think he's talking about the goal scorer. I thought we were talking about Napsa Stars versus Gor Mahia. No, it's TAS Casablanca versus Nkana, the only scorer in that game. For Nkana, that is.
Mayuka 2-1.
No, wrong
Mayuka
question.
doesn't play for Nkana.
Bulaya Derek, that's Tony Ngeli.
Sorry?
Bulaya Derek.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got
yes.
it right.
Now, unfortunately, Tony has already won himself 100 kwacha, and we said the new rule is that you only get to win once, so that we can spread the love to other people as well. So, unfortunately,
no one has
try next
commented
week.
On that?
On which one?
He's the only one who's commented on that one. And
Yeah,
since,
but
On the
unfortunately,
youngest player.
yeah, so since we've
That
given
was-
that,
that
if
was
the
your
person,
question,
the
huh?
next person can say his age also, since you've given the name,
yeah.
so the next person who wants to comment.
So that's the player, but what is his age? So if someone can give us that, then you get the T-shirt, because that's what we're giving away, and a football. Okay, so Yusuf Edward says Simon Mulenga was the Nkana goal scorer.
I'm surprised people haven't gotten the other one, the one for Napsa Stars. Napsa Stars broke a record by going. They're the first team to go unbeaten in so many games on debut. The first Zambian team to. How many games is that? So this is the games which Napsa Stars have played this season in the CAF Confederations Cup, and all of them, they are unbeaten. How many games is that? Yeah.
Okay, so you and Ty Rooney says 2-1. Is that correct?
No, he there's no scorer, but that answer is done. The number of games in which Napsa Stars
Simvola Simvo Kachana says 64 games unbeaten.
in the CAF Confederations Cup. So they've just played so many games this season. We talked about it last season.
Raphael says 6 games.
Yes.
So Raphael Miti gets the next the next 100 kwacha. So that's 3 winners now. So Raphael got this one first. Raphael Miti, be sure to post your phone number. That's another 100. We still haven't given away the T-shirt and the football. So this one has already been taken. Derek Lungu from Leo. Derek Lungu from Leo.
No, the question which Paricha asked was, can you name? He's had a lot of times, and we discussed one of the players in length just today. So let I think if we'll be able to give a clue. So some of Paricha's players are Idris Mbombo, Walter Walia, Chris Mugara. I hope I'm right. These are some of the players he's handled.
The transfers out of Zambia, so Chris Mugalu, Idris Mbombo, Walter Walia, Cletus Chama, Salulani Piri, Nathan. No, Nathan didn't come out of Zambia. What's this Congolese?
TP Mazembe.
Yeah, TP Mazembe.
To South Africa.
But this Congolese, Julie Manziva Zanako to Super Sport United.
Okay, so Clinton Nyambia has tried for the highest Zambia transfer fee to a foreign country, $5,000
No, 5,000
for Mayuka.
$5,000 is just
Yeah.
it's just money which.
What about Joseph Komani? He's gone for Walter Walia, $78,000.
Is there anyone
It's just
who's commented
$78.
Is there anyone else who's commented on the same question?
So far, no, because there are many. It keeps going down. The scorer was Mwila.
That one is done already.
That one has already been taken. Alex has sent his phone number. Thank you, Alex, for that. We will send you your 100 kwacha deposit by tomorrow, right, Majid? Jimmy Mukaya was the youngest scorer. I think someone has already answered the youngest scorer, right?
Yes. No, but
18
he
years,
answered,
Martin
but you didn't
Tinos.
give it to him. So I said if he can come up, if the next person can answer,
The years.
and his age also.
So 18
Kingsley
years,
has
Martin Tino Mato.
18 years. If someone is born in 2003, what do they turn this year?
They turn
19.
they turn 18. No,
No,
they turn
18.
18. They were 17
So-
last year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
my
they
yes.
turn
Okay, yeah.
18.
So it's correct, isn't it?
3. So his birthday is in a
So
few
Martin-
days' time, 18.
So
So
can
we
give it to
can
Martin?
give it to him.
So Martin, congratulations for winning the T-shirt. Am I right?
Yeah.
So the T-shirt is yours, Martin. Congratulations. Gonna take your name down. Remember to post your phone number so we can get in touch with you and find out how we can actually give you your T-shirt. Congratulations for getting this T-shirt. That's Martin Tino Mato. I hope all of you have a Bolabet account. Remember to register and, of course, play to win because there's plenty of great options with Bolabet. I think we have football and another 100 kwacha to give.
Yeah, but I mean that
There's
question is
someone-
so.
Joseph Komani is gone for 6 games.
I think
There's,
so,
there's someone who has answered.
Napsa Stars, the number of games
He's the only one
Says
who's
6.
answered.
yes.
is correct. 6 games, right?
No, but I think we answered already. That.
Yeah, you gave it to someone.
We've already given this one.
So
Yeah.
he's answered. He's got the name
That's
correct,
for the
but
because that's for the
figure,
football.
The figure, yeah.
It's far off, but it's he's,
So Water Wally. Maybe someone should
no,
try
he's
and-
got it. He's got water. He said water Walia and $78,000. So the name is right, and he's tried to guess
to guess the figure.
the figure, although
Okay,
it's
scrolling
not
back to the top.
close, but he said plus or minus, so we could give it to him.
Okay, just
Right
remember.
there.
Joseph Komani, Water Warrior.
$78,000, yes.
So that's the one, huh? So
we could
Joseph.
give it to him.
So
Although
congratulations.
the figure is far off, like it's
Okay,
not
but
right.
it's the
but
closest.
It's the closest
So congratulations, Joseph.
How much was an approximation of the figure?
of the transfer
Komani.
fee at that time.
Mm.
That was 2018. At that time, it
You've
was
won yourself one of these.
3 point something million.
From Nkana to Elguna.
Yeah,
Which
at
was-
that time it was 3 something million.
was
So
very
you can
good
check
money.
because the money's been fluctuating. So I don't want to give an exact
Exact.
Okay, so
figure. Yeah.
last question. What was the last question that we asked? The 60th one. So we've given away the football to Joseph Komani and we've given away the T-shirt to Martin Tino Mato. Congratulations, guys. Be sure to post your phone numbers. We still have one more 100
My,
kwacha to give.
my questions are gone. I think the Napsa Stars.
Mine
Someone
are gone
answered.
too.
Then the Nkana one, Simon.
Yeah,
Mulenga.
and I've only given away one, so
Yeah.
it's me actually. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the top and see who else got the name and the scoreline, not just the scoreline, but the name and the scoreline.
Yes.
The second person after Tony Ngeli, because Tony Ngeli was the first one who gave me the name and the scoreline for the Lusaka Dynamo's BuildCon game. So looking at it, so Usas Edward, Lusaka Dynamos 1, BuildCon 0, Duncan Otieno was the scorer. So that is the second person from the top after Tony. So Usas, congratulations to you. You're the last winner of our 100 kwacha. So Usas Edward, I had to go all the way to the top. So that's another 100 kwacha. So congratulations. I think that's all for now. Those are all the prizes. Congratulations to Tony Ngeli, 100 kwacha, J. Abrahams Chama, 100 kwacha, Rafael Miti, 100 kwacha, and Martin Tino Mato has won himself a T-shirt, Bolabet T-shirt, compliments of Bolabet. Hope it's your size. It's one of our favorites, the yellow one. Then Joseph Komani has also won himself a football, one of these. Congratulations to the first winner of the football. We'll be giving away one of these almost every week. And the last prize goes to Usas Edward, 100 kwacha. So that's all for now. So be sure to post your phone numbers so we can track you down and send you your money straight into your Bolabet account. Unfortunately, we have overrun our show. I just want to say thank you so much to Parisha Chikoye for coming onto the show. But in closing, what would you like to add?
No, thank you for having me. Zambian football currently, the national team, really going through a tough time. So I just want to urge us Zambians, us patriots, to rally behind them. Even the qualifications for the AFCON, yes, it's mathematics and calculations, but it's not done yet. Anything can happen. It's football, So let's keep supporting our players. Let's keep supporting our clubs. Wish NAFSA Football Club and Kana Football Club all the best in their Continental. And thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Punch, in closing?
NAPSA Stars, historic 6, the first Zambian club. It's not easy. People say that Zambian clubs are not doing well. It's not easy to, on debut, your first ever Continental, to go 6 games. Ask any country, ask any club in Africa.
Yeah.
Whether it's Al Ahly, their first season, they didn't do well. Whether it's all these clubs, very few African clubs can boast of going 6 games without any loss and making into the groups. They faced UD Songo, who've done well in this competition. UD Songo the other season eliminated Simba. They faced Gor Mahia, who reached the group stage a lot of times. NAPSA may have found it tough, but it's something to be proud of as Zambians. And just wrapping up, I think there's a lot of growth in the Zambian game. We've seen the Zimbabwe national team. They've picked their preliminary squad to face Zambia and Botswana in their last games. And there are 5 players from the Zambian league, 2 from Zesco, I think 2 from Ghana, Shumba and Zingai, and 1 from Red Arrows. So I think there's a lot of growth when you see that Zimbabwe, who are even above us, can pick players from our league to represent them.
Okay. I'm going to give a 100 kwacha to Leonard Mbuyu. Did he already win something? No, he hasn't. You know why? Because he has solved my problem. Because I think this has been a very problematic issue for me to write down, and go through all the comments to see who actually got the answers correct. So Leonard has suggested that. I don't know what just happened. My chair just dropped. Leonard says this session should be on calls only rather than comments. Isn't that spectacular?
Yeah,
I don't know why I didn't think of it.
That's a good suggestion.
Leonard, for that advice, we're going to offer you 100 kwacha free bet. So I'm going to add you there so that you can actually come and pick up your just for your input, because I really like that one. So Leonard, be sure to post your phone number, and hope you'll be able to call next week. You'll be the one of the first callers to actually answer, but of course we'll only give the prizes to the caller who gets the questions correct. So congratulations to all our 7 winners this evening, and thank you one more time to our guests, Paricha Chikoe, for coming onto the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, so on that note, thank you so much to everybody who joined us. Be sure to hit the like button, spread the word, share, and of course register with Bolabet and take advantage of all the amazing options that you can find when you are on the Bolabet website. That's www.bolabet.co.zm. Prove you know the game. And of course, we'll be starting a new feature every Friday where we'll be actually creating a ticket. That's Punch and Bwezani and myself will be in the Bolabet store very, very soon. Watch this space. It will be on a Friday. We'll announce. So watch the Bolabet Sports Betting Zambia Facebook page, and we'll announce to you when that show will be aired. We'll be going into the Bolabet store right here at East Park Mall at the VIP lounge, and we'll be creating a ticket, a multi-bet ticket together and see how we'll fare. So of course we'll be giving the results on the next show and so forth and so forth. And then of course there's another prize. We'll be giving away 1,000 kwacha to a promo that will be running on the Facebook. If you the person who has the most shares will win 1,000 kwacha just by sharing a post courtesy of Bolabet, a promo post for the show will give you 1,000 kwacha. The same way I've just given Leonard 100 kwacha just for him giving us that tip. Now, if you share more than anybody the stream to the show, then you win yourself 1,000 kwacha. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Remember, www.bolabet.co.zm. Prove you know the game. God bless you. Catch us again next week at the same time.
Back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at bolabet.co.zm or visit any of our branches countrywide. We know you think you're the biggest fan, but are you prepared to bet on it?
Bigger and better than Bolabet. Number one betting brand, bigger and better than Bolabet.
Bolabet. Prove you know the game. Zambia's #1 betting brand is bigger and better than ever. It's time for you to get back in the action with Bolabet. Check out our brand new website at Bolabet.